So I first started off with this sample from Try Freeze. It's called Reclaim. It's at 160 BPM. It's in D minor. So what I did is just put the BPM back to 114. Well, I put the BPM to 114 and I brought this one down 100 cents. So that makes it a C sharp. Okay. And on the mixer, I put a EQ. So with the EQ sounds like this. A little bit of reverb. And a little bit of sidechain. So you can see this here is at 7%. So it's just a little bit. Then once you got your sample going, the next thing I always like to do is get a bass out. So we know the root notes in C sharp. So we have C sharp here. And I have these passing notes. It's very, very simple. And for this little section here at the end, before the drop, I have this little cut right here. And what I did is I put this up 12 because there's 12 notes, and that's the pitch range you want it to be. And then you just go here and automate you make a automation clip, and that's this one right here. Okay. And then for the second part, all I did is just put it up an octave. I think this one I put it down an octave. Yeah. So you right click on this and it brings it down or up an octave. So I did this here. For the intro, I used it's down an octave, and here it's up. And just pitching up your samples whenever you're having a transition makes it more impactful, because it's just your high frequencies stand out more, so it sounds more energetic. And then I started adding the drums. So the next thing I did is I used the loop for the drums, which is this one right here, and I right click and took it to a slicer channel, and that way I could make it mine. So let's so I got a little triplet right here. And then I have some hi-hats with pretty simple hi-hats. This little velocity gives it a lot of bounce, gives it a lot of depth. And then onto the 808. So everything's at C sharp, just with the A as a passing note. C sharp and then octave. And then this one is close to the root note. So did that. And then same thing with these, kind of like a little staircase. I just put it up an octave. So it looks like it's crazy, but it's just very simple. Okay, so let's listen to that together. And for the second drop, I have this stem right here, and I have this coming in later, which is the main melody. And let's turn on the drum so you can hear that real quick. Okay, so where the good stuff comes in is actually in the cuts, as you can see. So we'll just go from the beginning. So you got the melody, you got the bass, and what makes this unique is actually the drums here. So let's start off with this one. So this one's just a reverse kick, which makes this stand out so much. It hits harder. It makes it sound like the kick has this tail behind it. It sounds very hard. Then I have these drums pitched down. And then a riser. This one, I should actually turn down the bass a little bit more. Okay. As you can see, this is already introducing, it's like each effect introduces the following effect. So this long one introduces this one here because it's the next one up, and then that introduces that, and that introduces the next drop. So listen to this. Like that. So it's all works together. Okay, and for here, this is the first drop. Let's just have a little cut right here. You want to make sure this is symmetrical, like it makes a pattern. So you could say it's here. Hold on. So let's zoom out a little bit. So yes, no, yes, no, yes, yes, no, no. So that makes a pattern, just like in, remember those problems in math class where it'd be like 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2. Just a pattern that you can pick up easily. And I don't just do it randomly, so you always kind of want to emphasize different parts of the beat. So for right here, I cut this out because I want to emphasize the 808 right here. Why? Because this is where there's you could say ear candy, or what people like to listen, and what makes the beats unique. Okay, and as you can see, I also made sure that there's no hi-hats playing during first half, and just make sure there's nothing else in the way. Okay, so let me see what else I did here. Okay, that's simple. Okay, and this is how you want to surprise the listener. So we have the intro. Let me highlight it. So we have the intro here, and then the drops here, and then the second drop, you kind of want to surprise them. So this is the second drop right here, and people expect the beat drop. They expect the kick and the 808, like we did here or over here, right? So what you kind of want to do is just delay that gratification, and you'll see. So where does it land? So actually at the second half of those 8 bars. So the kick actually lands halfway right here. And I make sure, you know, this little what's it called, slide, this gives it like a little reversed effect, and then it goes up and then back down, and I make sure these are long because it gives it a more cool sound. Okay, and same thing, just make sure nothing's in the way. Just a little right there. That's nice. So just switching and changing and just doing little things here and there where you can re-listen to it, because you always have the listener finding something new that they like, you know, like, oh, I didn't hear that before, this and that. But if I did miss something, if you guys have any more questions about how I arrange my beats, let me know down in the comments.